In the grand tapestry of history, few threads gleam as vividly as the life of Sir Winston Churchill, a beacon of resilience, courage, and an indomitable spirit. His journey mirrors the archetypal hero's quest as outlined by Joseph Campbell, marking a path of trial, tribulation, and triumphant return that continues to illuminate our collective quest for meaning and excellence. Our saga begins with a young Churchill, a cavalry officer in India and elsewhere, brandishing a sword on horseback under Queen Victoria's reign at the height of Great Britain as an imperial power during the last decade of the 19th century. His incredible career would span 6 monarchs and a lifetime of service to the realm, ending only after his second premiership of Great Britain, where he figuratively had his finger on the nuclear launch button. His tale is one of contrasts. Born to an American mother and a British father, embodying the spirit of both nations, destined to leave an indelible mark on the fabric of history. Despite a challenging childhood marked by a distant relationship with his parents, Churchill's fiery spirit was undimmed. He pursued his ambitions with a zeal that saw him rapidly ascend the echelons of British society. He was a young man in a hurry, becoming a rising star in British politics in the early 20th century. Luminary and as Home Secretary, a reformer and the progenitor of the welfare state. Yet his path was not without its shadows. After a distinguished career as First Lord of the Admiralty prior to and during the early part of World War I, the dark chapter of the Gallipoli debacle threatened to engulf him in despair. Forced to resign, it instead forged him anew as he became an officer in the British Army. There he stood bravely beside ordinary soldiers and taking part in the fighting of the brutal trench warfare on the Western Front as he turned to oil painting to battle his gloom. The crucible of the First World War then saw Churchill's resurrection as a cabinet member, his spirit undeterred by the mud and blood of the trenches. Yet it was his wilderness years, when he was out of office and out of favour for a decade in the advent of World War II, that honed his resolve as he penned the biography of the first Lord Marlborough, unknowingly laying the groundwork for his destiny as the herald of freedom against tyranny. As darkness descended over Europe, Churchill emerged as the solitary figure capable of leading Britain against the Nazi onslaught. His oratory, imbued with a defiant resolve, galvanized a nation and the Allied forces to stand firm against an unprecedented evil. "We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall never surrender," he vowed, embodying the spirit of resistance that would lead to victory. Though the tides of politics ebbed and flowed, with Churchill facing defeat in 1945 and resurgence in 1951, his legacy was further cemented by his Nobel Prize in Literature that was awarded to him in 1953. His writings, a testament to his profound intellect and insight, offer a lens through which to view the complexities of human history and the indomitable will to overcome adversity. In recent times, Churchill's legacy has faced unjust scrutiny and undeserved critique, yet the essence of his contribution to our collective heritage remains unassailable. He stood as a sentinel against the dark, championing the values of courage, integrity, and the relentless pursuit of justice. As we navigate the challenges of our own era, Sir Winston Churchill's life serves as a guiding star. His journey, marked by indefatigable perseverance and a steadfast commitment to the ideals of civilization, reminds us that to improve is to change, to be perfect is to change often. Let us walk forth, inspired by his legacy, to forge a future where courage, decency, and civilization flourish, undaunted by the trials before us. He once famously quipped, "Never give in, never give in, never, 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 never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in, except to convictions of honour and good sense." Let the story of Winston Churchill inspire us all to embark on our own heroic journey, facing adversity with valour and emerging triumphant. And as final point, and a message for you into your future, remember that you matter, and so if you haven't already, get started and make your mark.